Our deepest fears are not of being inadequate. Our deepest fears are being powerful beyond measure. Think about that. I'm not here to talk to you about the wonders of passion and purpose. I want to talk about the true meaning of what passion and purpose is. Tammy just gave an incredible speech about find your meaning and purpose will find you. Wow. That is what we call a rendezvous with your destiny. People who have fear, look around. People who have regret, look back. People who have hope, look up. Think about this. Why, as humans, do we sacrifice our desires, our passion, our lives? Why do we base our lives and make future decisions based on temporary feelings? I want you to understand what I'm going to do now. I'm going to disseminate passion and purpose. Passion over here, purpose is over here. Because passion is not a word. Purpose is not a word. Passion and purpose are emotions. Would you agree with that? Because what are emotions? Emotions are just feelings. And what are emotions? Emotions are fleeting. They flick from left to right. 1 minute we're up, 1 minute we're down. Because we're moody. We're humans. We're human beings. We're human becomings. We're changing every 5 minutes. If you have found your purpose and you know what it is, you're in the shit big time. I'm sorry for the colorful use of languages, but I speak things as they are, and I've come 4,500 miles. I was 3 a.m. this morning. This woman, this amazing, don't ever underestimate the power of a woman pilot with purpose. This woman landed an airplane on a 45-degree angle. Everybody's backside is called a pucker factor of 20, is when your underwear goes up your backside like that because you're scared. But that woman had purpose, and she landed, and I got off the flight at 3 a.m. and this Air Malta captain woman, she was like that. I hope nobody noticed. And I said, Madam, wow, that's what you call flying. It was like coming in on a 45-degree angle. I says, I love Malta, but I don't want it to be my permanent address right now, even though I live here. So now I discovered her purpose. This woman was born to fly. Thank God. Yeah. Our purpose, our passion is linked to our brain. We make decisions based on temporary feelings. I believe sometimes your purpose and your passion can be a curse. Because you just don't want to do it anymore. You've sacrificed your values. You've sacrificed your meaning. Because you're tired. And you're worn out. And you're fed up. Because you got a dream one time. Somebody says, oh, you're great at this. You felt your meaning, but shit's not going your way. And you're tired taking the same step, getting up every day, working at the same relationship, the same job, your purpose, your passion. How many people are happy in this room? Put your hand up right now. How many people are fulfilled? Look at the difference. We're chasing happiness. We're chasing fleeting emotions. We're waiting for other people to make us happy. Why? Because we're living a lie. We're living our lives based on other people's happiness. But what about your purpose? My biggest fear has been dying with my music still in me. My fear is not delivering my purpose. My purpose came at 9 years old. My purpose came at 9. I didn't bring it. It was delivered to me by an armed robber with a shotgun. 2 armed robbers walked into a post office, and I was 9 years old with my little dog, and I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I had a shotgun stuck to my head, and this gentleman with an armed robber with a shotgun was telling the lady, you give me the money or I'm going to blow this kid's head off. Now, I have 9 years old with a shotgun stuck to you, looking up as a 9-year-old child. Now, I was one of those childs that was a loner. I had my little dog with me. And my dog was a great bodyguard. What did he decide to do? He stuck his teeth into the leg of the armed robber. So the armed robber's going, "Give me that fucking money!" And he's trying to shake off the dog. Now, I'm on the other end of the shotgun going, "Uh-oh." And his vein and his muscles going like that. And I went, "Shit, I guess this is not his purpose." But the dog is trying to protect his owner. So he's biting the leg. You've never seen the finest Irish jig you see an armed robber doing with a shotgun like that. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Anything he wanted to do, he was having a bad day. So I had to suffer. 9 years old. Imagine being a 9-year-old child and your whole life is in front of you and your innocence is taken. 9 years old. Imagine that. At 15 years old, I was lying in my bed as a young child, still 15, and this voice spoke to me. Now, I know what that voice is now after all these years. And it said, "Get up, pack a bag, and go. You're going to travel the world. You're going to leave now, and you're going to go everywhere, and you're going to protect people, and you're going to save people's lives." I was that kid. I go up and went, "Okay." I went, got 2 tins of beer, because I thought that's what grown men do. I made myself a ham sandwich, it was that size. I put it under my arm and went, "Where the fuck did that voice come from?" That's the voice of purpose. And I went into my mother's room like this. And my mother used to have nightmares over me. When I was quiet, she goes, "Oh my God, where is he?" You know that child? That was me. And what happened was, I went in there, he goes, "Hey, Mum." And she went, My father and mother are asleep. "I'm leaving home now." She went, "Huh?" I said, "It's time for me to go. Is that okay?" And she went, "Huh?" So I took that as a yes.
It's not a yes.
No, it was a yes to me. I have to tell you, I was shitting myself. But that voice told me, it was very clear. I tell you, and I walked out the door into the middle of the night, and I walked down to this bus stop in Dublin, and I took out I lived out in the countryside, I took out my money, and the bus driver looked at me and went, "This is called a ghost bus, because they take all the drivers to work into the city." And he's looking at me going, and I'm looking, paid my money, and I'm sitting there looking at my reflection in the window like that in the dark as the bus is going along. 15 years old, I'm now 52. I left home at 15 with 2 tins of beer and a ham sandwich. Wow, what a bloody purpose that is. They were right though. I have traveled this world so many times. I've worked in which is prevention of terrorism, and counter-terrorism, which is the response when people have messed up. When bad things happen, remember, we sleep well in our beds at night because wild men walk wild in the night. Have you ever heard that expression? That's us. And there's millions like us in the world. I just became good at it. Why did I become good at it? Because I studied people. I studied human behavior. That journey has taken me into the darkest, most brutal places in this world. I have been wounded 3 times. That's why I have my arm funny here. I've been left for dead. I have helped rescue young girls who've had their hands amputated and sold into slavery. We've brought daughters back to their mothers, sons back to their parents, and I can tell you, there is nothing more powerful than the connection of human compassion when you bring loved ones back to their families when they were told they will never see their families again. That's the purpose. I get nothing greater than watch people being free from themselves, free from humility, from humanity, from the brutality, free from slavery. I've watched people being sold in squares in the 21st century. Human beings being sold for their bodies. Young girls with their hands amputated, sold to beg. And it's tested me my whole life. I've spent my life in service. Because every time I move away from it, I keep getting brought back. Because I have I know it sounds like a cliche, but I do have a particular set of skills. They're very good. They're very unique. I have an academic education. I'm a university lecturer. I speak all over the world. I do what I do. but I'm very good at sorting shit out very quick because I see it for what it is. My purpose is to solve big problems in this world. Now, that's the purpose. That's my journey. Now, it moves on to the most interesting phase. This year we will have the biggest year for international conflict, 2024. 42 different elections around the world and conflict in 90% of the world's countries. This is the year. We have to be prepared. Here's the passion. The passion is when you are exhausted and you are feeling defeated. When you have nothing left in the tank. You're in the far side of the world. You're in the middle of a jungle. You've been eating rice for 6 months in stones because they don't know how to filter the food. And I don't smoke, but I've lost so many teeth from eating blasted stones in food that we're eating because we're trying to go and recover people, so you got to live in the jungle. Has anyone been in the jungle here? Has you been 6 months in the jungle? Oh, their body breaks down. You got banana leaves bigger than houses. And you're left, and it's not going good. Your family on the other side of the world. The passion. Is one day you come to your life and you will be tested. You are going to be challenged. Your purpose will be brought into question. As Tammy rightly says, where are you, Tammy? Your meaning will be questioned. Am I correct? Over and over again. But the question is, what is your value system? My mission for my life is to help navigate people to be the leader they need in their own lives and the lives of others. To this day, I've got about 200 godchildren around the world. They'll call me Papa. Because their mammies and daddies are recovering their lives and having more children. And I can sit with these people. I sit with exhaustion because I was asked a question recently by a friend of mine. He says, "Noel, what has this journey given you?" It's not given me anything, but it's taken everything. But here's what the gift is. I promised myself that I didn't spend a lot of time with my family when they were young, my son and daughter. And I thought I was never going to reach the end of my purpose because sometimes in their line of work, I'm the last one left for my team. I'm the only one left alive. So I have to spread skills and generate on now. And now after this next couple of weeks, I have to go and visit people's kids and tell them about their dads. It's going to be very hard because they never knew about their dads and what they were doing. But let me tell you something. Last year, I made a promise to a person that we will be reunited. After 5.5 years of operations, I couldn't see my son. And just before I was due to come, something terrible happened. I was in the building and the roof collapsed on me. So you can imagine you're walking through a building in these environments and the whole roof collapsed. And I'm walking and it hit me here and smashed me to the ground like this. And my knee was rammed into my chest, so I can't breathe. And like that, I cannot breathe. Shit. And I can't move because the whole weight of this roof is crushing me on a full roof. And I'm like, I can't fucking breathe. I can't believe this. And people are calling me, boss, where are you? Boss, where are you? Because they're trying to find me under this rubble. It's the most terrifying experience to be trapped under rubble at a building. But I literally can't move because the whole weight and the force has caught me like this. But I teach my people how to hold their breath for 4 minutes. I mentor people now. I teach these skills to people in this room right now, and they know what we do. I was able to hold my breath like this, and with one little part, my brain is shutting down. Any doctors in the room here? There comes a moment when you know you're going to die. Has anyone ever been to that moment? When you're going to die, and your life does flash in front of you. And I'm lying like this and I'm going, shit, excuse this expression, I can't fucking believe it's going to end like this. After all these years, all those countries, there's no fucking way am I dying here today. And everyone's screaming, trying to find me under this rubble. And I'm just lying like this and I got one little bit. This is the passion. When you're in that position, you look inwards. You look deep. You find the light on your purpose. And that passion will alight your cellular structure. It will lift you. it will start making solutions that you're not thinking of the end. But there's one voice that kept me going. And I said, I'm not dying today. I'm going to carry on. The passion came when I thought about my son's last words. And he says, Dad, whatever you're doing, you keep going. Keep going, keep going. My passion was one day my son, who knew nothing about me for years, was told all kind of coswells about his father, will one day work with his father. And I kept that in my head all that time that I was trying. And when I was there and the eyes were closing and I was losing breath and I knew I was dying, I was reaching out to my son in this darkness, trying to hold his hand to see him. And that was just enough to switch the mitochondria, the blood, to get the oxygen to the parts of the brain to shout one more time, help! That's what happened. And then this big islander and two other guys jumped from the roof and they were lifting. And I was just out of oxygen. It was gone. But I said, I don't want to die here, but I'm going to get really comfortable to hold on as long as I can and hope help comes. And they grabbed my foot. One went under, the other held, and they pulled me and pulled me and pulled me and pulled me and pulled me out. And my arm was dislocated. Everything lay there, and they were crying, "Oh, boss, it's a fucking miracle." And he says, "What do we do with you?" And I says, "I need a whiskey now." I need a whiskey and a cup of tea. So that passion is the fuel that you inject into your purpose. The story I'm telling you now is the story of your journey, your life, your purpose, your passion. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning when you feel, just another 10 minutes. Because the voice kicks in your head, you need to get up. So remember this. I would like you all to just put your fingers together like this, everybody. We're going to do it again. Put your fingers together and look at your fingers like what I'm doing here. And I want you to look between your fingers. And I want you to visualize yourself on the best day of your life when you achieved your purpose and your passion. Feel that feeling. Look at yourself standing between your fingers right now. And what I want you to do is relax, breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And I want you to visualize your fingers are going together. There's an elastic around your fingers and they want to close themselves. The fingers naturally want to close themselves. This elastic is getting tighter and tighter, and when your fingers touch, it will fuse a neuron in your brain, it will wire and fire, and it will be beautiful. You're going to feel amazing. You see how the fingers want to come together? So learn to talk to yourself properly. If you learn to, you see what happens? Isn't that incredible? I'm not even touching you. Holy shit, your fingers are going together. You should see when I get your fingers to stick together, and you can't move them. So now you've just learned a very valuable lesson about your passion and your purpose. When you find your meaning, when you speak to yourself and you rise above the noise of distraction, when you rise above everyone else's bullshit and you get yourself with the right people, the right team for the right mission, for the right business, for the right company, to get your aim and your vision and your purpose, everyone joins together. That's when the human condition is at our best. We are meant to work together. And when we don't, that is when we have war, that is when we have conflict, and that's when the ego takes over. Ladies and gentlemen, when you learn to speak to your passion directly, when you're up against it and things aren't going right, remember the passion, the purpose. When you look at it in the right way and you shine that light, you dig deep, you move forward, you will achieve anything. Win before you begin. Thank you very much.